What's up, family? It's your girl Stephanie, aka Edini has to stop by. Let's get a message and see what we need to know for our highest good at this time. Divine portions of unconditional love, life, peace, good health, prosperity, and everything good, lovely, and wonderful. What does the collective need to know for the highest good? Oh shit, okay. Well, too many cards. We're gonna put them all bike. Gonna put them bike. That's what I was supposed to do. Alright, so I'm seeing 3 cards. I think I'm gonna pull them out. I'm gonna just put them like kind of across the top, but I'm still gonna pull about 8 cards for the main reading. But the first card is My Confidence is Magnetic. We have Archangel Michael. And then we have the card When You First Wake Up, Your Brain is in Theta, which is a perfect time to program your day for that first hour after you first wake up. And I do feel like if you wake up during the golden hour, that would amplify things. But My Confidence is Magnetic could be the mantra or whatever you can kind of repeat in your head once you first wake up. Also, can have the energy of Archangel Michael. All right, so I got the turquoise pendulum going right now, even though Michael's color is more of a royal blue. It's given the family, and my Confidence is Magnetic card is actually written in a color that is turquoise, pretty much the same as this crystal. So we're just gonna amplify this energy, allow our confidence to make us magnetic to the desires of our hearts, our goals, to clients, more business coming in, magnetic to love, unconditional love, magnetic to joy, happiness, peace, magnetic to affluence, financial prosperity. Ashe. Bottom of the deck, I'm looking at home and divinity. So that could be another mantra you can say as you first wake. I am at home in divinity. I am home in divinity. Home in divinity. I am home in my divinity. Previous read, we spoke about having a divine mind and how the divine mind only sees possibilities and the grace to achieve the heart's highest purpose. Okay. Ashe, beautiful, 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 beautiful energy. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out some cards for the read. First card out, it says not good for your mental or emotional health. So there is something that is not good for your mental or emotional health. This could be a person, place, a thing. We have throat chakra cleanse as well. So there may be some things you need to say, like some things that you may have been holding back. Okay, whatever this thing is that wasn't good for your mental or emotional health, I feel like it has, well, the card says you became wise, softer, stronger versus bitter, angry, and regretful. Okay, so whatever this thing is that wasn't good for your mental or emotional health, I feel like you spoke your mind, you spoke your truth, and you freed yourself, you liberated yourself from that. The next card that just came out is the world needs your wisdom. Okay, you have freed yourself from a situation um, in a very, I feel like you passed with flying colors, you know. And again, you've gained, like the card right before it says, you became wiser, softer, and stronger. And the world needs the wisdom that you gained from learning the lesson of dealing with people that are not good for your mental or emotional health. Okay, Spirit is saying that karma is coming onto those people, because the next card out was their life is falling apart. Right. The next code out code. The next card out here is new powers unlocked. Okay, so as you unlock new powers and become wiser, softer, stronger, as you operate out of elegance and not your ego, you are being blessed with more gifts being bestowed upon you. You being able to understand even deeper the gifts you already have, right? You are unlocking a birthright level of protection. You are receiving a cheat code as you are receiving all of this wisdom and speaking up for yourself, cleansing your throat chakra, which is blue as well. So again, we have this Archangel Michael energy out here. There's a lot of communication going on. Maybe you are communicating with certain people that they're not good for your mental and emotional health. And you're becoming, again, wiser, softer, and stronger, and you're expressing those things. Even if the reciprocity isn't up to par, you're letting people know that. Okay, you are becoming the industry's new standard, and you're about to stand strong in that energy. Okay, we also have here the not into you anymore card. Move on. So this could be what you're saying to certain people, or what you will have to say to certain people. This could be what someone feels about you. Like, I'm not into you anymore. Move the fuck on. Like, get away from me. Nah. Not into you anymore. Move on. I kind of want to dig a little bit deeper into that card. See what that's about. But again, it's coming out with reciprocity is not up to par, and also you're becoming the industry's new standard. So this could have something to do with finances. You may be switching careers, but not into you anymore. Can you give me clarity on that? So we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. The 8 of Swords in reverse. So you're no longer trapped. You're no longer trapped in a situation that isn't serving you, a situation that is not up to par in regards to reciprocity. And you are becoming the industry's new standard. You are setting new standards. You are elevating yourself. You know, you as a person is a business, you know. So we got the 8 of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so could be dealing with a feminine energy that is bitter, right? This could be someone that you have looked up to, but now you're becoming the industry's new standard. Or, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be deal with career or finances, but you are becoming the prototype. You are becoming that girl. You are becoming her, because what your confidence is magnetic. And it's looking as though there are some feminine energies who are jealous. You know what I'm saying? Of this intensity of spiritual growth that you are embodying. You know, that's the reason why you're recognizing those things that are not good for your mental and emotional health. You're speaking on it, you're clearing it, and you're becoming wiser, softer, and stronger versus bitter, angry, and regretful. And that's definitely the description of the Queen of Swords in reverse: bitter, angry, and regretful. So there's a call on Archangel Michael to help you uh, to help protect you from this feminine energy. We just got the Six of Wands in the upright. That's the only card that has come out in the upright. And we all know what the Six of Wands is. It's victory. It's defeat. You have defeated these people or this person, right? Their life is falling apart and you are unlocking new powers, right? This person may have tried to block your love life. We bottom of the deck, we got the Three of Swords in reverse, and you know the Three of Swords is going through a heart, right? So that kind of explains the not good for your emotional or mental health. So something is something is happening that is maybe going to be heartbreaking, but you're not going to just ignore it. You're going to face it head on, you know, and speak life. Okay. And you just need to focus on self-love and abundance. Whenever this situation come up that is not good for your mental or emotional health, especially again with the Three of Swords here, because the last card after the Six of Wands of being victorious, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Right, you're not into these people anymore. You have moved on because the reciprocity wasn't up to par, and you have been around these people for a very, 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 very long time, and they just wanted to control you. But them trying to control you is what has motivated you to move on. Because I'm literally looking at the bottom of the deck card, which is the Three of Wands, and that is the card of, well, that's actually the card of your ships coming in, right? But your ships are coming in now because you went through the Two of Wands. You know, we got the Two of Wands in the ground, and it looks as though he went through the Two of Wands, which could be a portal, and he's holding a wand in his hand, right? So you did not remain stuck and stagnant. The wand represents spiritual, it represents passion, and that's what you did. You followed your heart, you know, you followed your passion. I feel like there was with this throat chakra cleanse, I feel like there were a lot of people that tried to talk you out of your passion, tried to make you follow the rules of society, but that's not, you have never been one to just go with the crowd because it's the cool thing to do. The card, the Nine of Wands actually came out here as well, and I feel like you are setting healthy boundaries. The Nine of Wands is the card of setting healthy boundaries, and you're doing just that to protect your heart, and healing from this sadness and heartache that you may encounter maybe in the days to come, or maybe you've already been through this energy. And so the sound healing card came out. We got one more card left for this read, and I actually saw the sound healing card earlier just in the deck. I was going to mention it. I don't think I did though. So if you have some tuning forks, singing bowls, or any kind of sound healing, even like the little cymbals, the gongs, you know, just the sounds of bells, they are like they're are the purest energy, purest sound energy. And the last card that came out after sound healing is stabilization. Do some sound healing, and it's going to help you stabilize yourself and ground these new powers, this new wisdom that you have, this new strength in speaking up for yourself. um, that could also be the sound healing as well, you speaking up for yourself, you using your voice, singing, uh, maybe reciting poetry, writing songs. If you have a guitar, playing your guitar. If you are a singer, just doing your vocal warm ups and things like that could could really be a very powerful way of stabilizing yourself. That's possibly could be one of the new powers you unlocked is your voice. Using it to motivate people, to sing. Uh, in the bottom of the deck card, it says action is colliding with emotion, right? So that definitely gives the energy of maybe writing a song or poetry, or really speaking in public, um, and motivating people. Maybe being a motivational speaker. Perhaps whatever your song, your poetry, or whatever you make, because our creativity comes from our emotions. Our emotions um, empower our creative works. Our emotions and the things that we feel empowers us as we may paint or draw, again, sing, rap, be a motivational speaker. Okay. And I feel like the topic of whatever it is that you are saying to people in your song or in your creativity. First card out is the Four of Wands. So again, that gives the energy of being grounded, self love. The Four of Wands represents that home energy, a foundation. Um, you could write about topics in regards to moving on to calmer waters, as we do have the of Six of Swords here. Moving on to calmer waters and releasing those heavy burdens. Not overworking yourself, because the next card out is the Ten of Wands, right? And that it the ten. Okay, so we do have three wands energy coming out. So there's this reading has a lot to do with your passion. So I feel like maybe there have been some people around you per the previous read that saw your work but intentionally downplayed you, right? But you held on to the vision no matter what. You held on to the vision, and that's why you've gained more wisdom, more skill, again, and just supernatural unlocking of those abilities that you have been cultivating. You are quantum leaping in those areas, and possibly gaining even more gifts, because you are releasing the projections that people put on to you. The critics, like per the previous read, the critics and their critiques, you are releasing that. You're releasing those burdens. The Hierophant in reverse just came out, and that can represent capitalism. That can represent the society and these scripts that were forced upon us as children. I feel like you have found yourself with the Four of Wands. You have found yourself, and have become grounded within yourself, which is allowing you to move on to calmer waters, out of society, out of the grips of society. I just pulled out the Seven of Swords here, because the powers that were have been lying to us to keep us stuck and stagnant, because the next card out is the Hangman in reverse. And these energies and people that are so-called leading or within the government have been with the magician in reverse here as well, manipulating the masses. But as we follow our hearts, right, and reject the programming that society, religion, and so on and so forth has put onto us, the fake narrative about the divine feminine, right? So that Queen of Wands that came out earlier could be um, that negative projection that religion has put on the divine feminine that may have made you um, not fully embrace your femininity, and as a man have you reject the feminine energy that is within you, because we all have masculine and feminine energy within us, and it is the merging of those two which is real marriage. And then once you create that wholeness and that oneness of the masculine and feminine energy within you, you know, having that balance, that's when you should step outside of yourself and find a mate, and maybe get married in the physical. But yes, these energy has been lying to us and has abandoned us as well. They have, with the scripts and with religion, they have trained us to carry their burdens, to accept the bullshit, that they brainwashed us to accept their bullshit. And if we agree to the bullshit, then we also help to absolve them from their karma, because we're agreeing to it. But but it's manipulation as well. Again, remember, with the magician in reverse, they've been manipulating us, but at the same time it is our responsibility, as the magician card is coming out over the Knight of Wands. That was the third Knight of Wands card that was in that first row. We have to take responsibility and take the action and the movement, the inspired action, to follow our heart's desire, right? But I feel like we are realizing that this government isn't showing us the reciprocity that we deserve. We are understanding and awakening to the fact that this government is not good for our mental and emotional health, and we're speaking up with the throat chakra energy that came out in the read, right? We're speaking up about that. And then the last card out is the Devil card in the upright, right? And that is the card of obsession, addiction, but I feel like that is just speaking about how difficult it is to truly release this energy, because again, so many people have become addicted to capitalism, addicted to giving their power over, and you know, accepting the Christian religion of, oh, I just gotta repent and then I'll be okay. But then a person will repent and then go back and do the same thing, because you know, they're not really truly doing the work to address their childhood traumas, to address their ego, to really awaken to why they continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, perhaps in their life. They're not truly growing spiritually. But we have balance coming out, and that actually did come out in a previous read as well. Again, balancing out the masculine and feminine energy. It says dramatically opening heart and mind. So again, I feel like there is a situation or an event or something that's going to happen that is dramatic. And it's so funny. I was literally thinking about this card earlier. In regards to pastel colors, and this is the card that mentioned it. It says let colors pastel, because the colors in this card is that of, you know, the pastel nature. All right, just kind of pull out so you guys can see the spread. Okay. So that could be the event that's happening with the action colliding with emotions. You got a lot of people seeing that you are freeing yourself, that you are releasing their toxicity, which could be this devil card here. And of course, we have the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's not easy to release people that you've known your whole life, or people that you've wow. Again, people that you've known your whole life, governments that you have been brainwashed into for your whole life, so on and so forth. But the two cards that came out is leaving home. Okay, so that could be part of the dramatics. Leaving home doesn't necessarily have to be fully, like, physical, but that could be something as well. You may be moving soon, and that could be one of your primal fears. Um, or you could be finally and fully stepping into the unknown, right? Versus, um, again, staying where you're comfortable in regards to the script that has been given to you. Like you've been um, on this spiritual journey, but I feel like now you are empowered to truly operate fully in faith, fully in the energy of flow. The leaving heart home card says it's time to walk into your own future and find your own path. This is the crucial next point in your evolution. It's beautiful yet bitter. Okay, so again, remember we had that card. You have become wiser, softer, stronger versus bitter, angry, and regretful. Okay, the wiser, stronger, softer energy is that beautiful energy. This is beautiful, but yet it could be a little bit bitter to leave home. This is a new birth. It says create your future starting now. you know Bittersweet. It's beautiful yet bittersweet. um so again, here we go with that balance energy, beautiful and the bittersweet, finding that middle ground. um but it's time for you to start creating your future now consciously, and I feel like that's part of the new powers that you are unlocking. I just happened to put the balance card on top of the new powers unlocked, and that again could be what is unlocking for you the ability to operate in the paradox, which came out in a previous reading as well, and also having faith in the unconditional love that surrounds you in regards to your spiritual journey, working with Archangel Michael, Ascended Master, Mother Mary, Magdalene. Okay. The leaving home card also says you or represents the energy of embracing your unique, authentic self, no matter society, okay, religion, or family pressures. We were literally talking about that in regards to the Hierophant energy. Okay, it says have courage to leave home to find your true home. Okay, and then we have primal fear. So you may be, of course, this is possibly one of your deepest fears in leaving home. This could be bringing out the deepest fears within people around you, because your elevation is going to force them. It's not really going to. It's really going to put that challenge to evolve in front of these people. But in order for them to accept the mission, they have to look at themselves in the mirror. And a lot of people have been avoiding that. That has been one of their primal fears. But it's time for them to confront their deepest fears. And it literally says on this card as well, walk into the unknown and face what you fear most. Right? And that is possibly why we had the Devil card and the Nine of Swords. towards the end of the tarot. You've been addicted and obsessed with comfort and having things planned out, but there may come a time pretty soon that you are going to have to take a leap of faith into the unknown and leave everything that is comfortable and have faith in the unconditional love that surrounds you. Know that your confidence is magnetic. Operating your confidence, and it's going to help to magnetize the provisions that you need. It's going to magnetize to you the provisions needed. Remember, we had the self-love and abundance card come out. Okay. I'm gonna get one more. And so we have release judgment here as well. So, of course, we can be bitter towards the government and society, the family pressures, religion, but that we have to also take accountability for our part in the situation. Again, remember, with the Knight of Wands coming out here, it's our responsibility to awaken and to be more conscious instead of just allowing these systems to control us, right? So we have to release judgment on these energies and just hand it over to the Most High, because karma is going to get them anyway. And again, remember, we did have the card, their life is falling apart. Okay, so there's nothing. You speak your truth in love, speak your truth. And sometimes you speaking your truth in love could be with a firm tone, but it's not meant to hurt anyone. It's just revealing what is, to make people conscious and aware of their actions so that they can grow, so that they can actually tap into the balance in their energy. Okay, so it says holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. So release the judgment that you may have on these people, the Queen of Swords or whomever. Release the judgment and see the world in your path with clearer eyes, because it will bring clarity. The unconditional love card says infinitely love, no matter light or dark. Are you capable of giving / receiving unconditional love fully? If no, ask yourself why. The answers reveal the next spiritual lesson. So this is really tough. That I feel like this is definitely the energy of this Nine of Swords, so that is at the bottom of the deck. This is the new challenge that we are having to face. And but I feel like since we have become wiser, softer, and stronger versus bitter, it's not going to be as hard for us to embody this. The card underneath that is coming full circle. So just know that, your blessings are coming full circle. And we have been charged to forgive one. Not only forgive ourselves first, but also forgive others. We still, if they are not healthy for us, we still would separate ourselves from these people. But, with the love, we're going to separate with the love. Okay? Because we have recognized that they're not good for our mental and emotional health. We're going to express that verbally and set healthy boundaries and move on to calmer waters. Whatever is not serving us and supporting the firm foundation that we have built, we are moving away. We're going to move on to calmer waters. To expand. Expand is the bottom of the deck card of the Oracle. It says you're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. Staying safe in the known is not good for your mental and emotional health right now. We really literally just spoke about that. Okay, it's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Remember, the action is colliding with emotion. So we're gonna pull up this opalite energy, and we're gonna use it to help us through this transition. This opalite energy is also given the pastel colors of the balance card and the unconditional love card. We're going to use this to help us to forgive those who trespassed against us. Um, Even when it comes to the government energies, to help forgive them, but continue to move forward and move on, because as we continue to elevate, they're gonna fall, they're gonna receive their karma, right? Their life is going to fall apart. Things in their mental and emotional health is going to deteriorate them. They're going to be bitter, angry, and regretful. um, and they're going to be in like a mental prison, an internal prison within themselves, as the collective moves on in the stabilization energy, um, in love, in peace, in gratitude, in grace, right? So we're gonna get one more card out here. Okay. Shuffle, pull, shake off the old energy. I'm gonna do 3 shuffles to pull in the energy of this read. Okay, so get more information just came out, and then the bottom of the deck is look for a sign, right? So whatever you're thinking about in regards to this reading that you may have been unsure about, just hold off, be still, be in the moment, don't make any major moves. Just be still and look for a sign, you know, and it's going to give you the information that you need to help support you in truly absorbing this message, or whatever message that is needed to solidify itself within you. There may have been a few concepts spoke about in this read that you are just not sure of. So Spirit says, get more information, do research, or and also look for signs. So we do have a guide, a spirit guide. We're working with the spirit guide and crystal deck. And so the card that came out is Ascended Master Yogananda, and the crystal is rhodonite. This is these two energies work together for empowered service, right? Because again, we did have the world needs your wisdom, so you are going to be sharing the lessons that you've learned. But it says, I step into my rightful spiritual place with dignity, reverence, and grace. Ashe. My higher purpose is empowered by the divine. My connection to the light is strong, unwavering, and enduring, so much so that my trust in its power and presence is unconditional. Remember, we had the unconditional card come out. I accept the invitation from the universe to step up to a new level of expression. Remember, with the sound healing throat chakra cleanse. New level of expression and fulfillment of my higher purpose. So again, it could be a song, rap, it could be a motivational speech, it could be, painting, but however, it says, I open my heart to the divine harvest of blessings pouring into my soul, abundance and self-love. I recognize the readiness within my own soul. And in a previous read, one of the angel cards says, you are ready. You are ready. You need to recognize the readiness in your own soul. Okay, I started shuffling the cards, and I really should have just looked at the bottom of the deck card. But we're going to take this one because most of all the... Oh. Okay, so we have Ascended Master Mother Mary. the other card was Ascended Master Mother. Well, it says Ascended Master Mary Magdalene. So it seemed like as though there is a separation between the two. I would put them together, but we have Ascended Master Mother Mary, and the crystal is celestite, and celestite represents the crystal of like the angels and things like that. Um, I have a pendulum in hand. We're going to work with the clear quartz, and also let's bring in some rose quartz as well for the love. Also, let's go ahead and get the green aventurine as well to represent that heart chakra energy. Um, so let's get that energy going as we read this card. Unconditional trust is what these two energies work together. 4, it says unconditional trust brings relief to my heart, fresh energy to my mind, and I am gently lifted into joy. Ashe. A feeling of playfulness awakens in my heart now. I dare to open myself willingly, faithfully, and lovingly to what is and what shall be. The universe looks out for me, has my best interests at heart, and acts for my highest good. I rest in sacred companionship with the Divine Mother, and I am open to a higher frequency of reality. I am so free, graceful, and blessed that I am an inspiration for others. Baby, this is a whole card of a affirmation, okay? So rewind and write this down, but this is also definitely what this reading has been about, taking that leap of faith out of the conditioning of society, religion, family pressures, and leaving home, leaving what is familiar to us, and having faith and having faith in the unknown. Yes, it's gonna cause a lot of anxiety with the Nine of Swords here. Yes, you may be anxious about it, but know that unconditional love is here to support you. I'm literally looking at the support card. It says Archon Barbello, and the crystal is picture jasper, and it represents support. It says, I choose to accept the reality that there is support for all levels of my being. I lean into the loving embrace of the universe so that I experience complete and ultimate spiritual fulfillment in such a way that all beings may gain spiritual benefit. As I trust, with the unconditional trust card we had come out as well, as I trust in this divine support, my courage and boldness increase. I choose to live with unconditional trust, and we literally just read the card unconditional trust, and confidence in divine grace. It says, I choose to live with unconditional trust and confidence in divine grace. And remember the first card out, it says, your confidence is magnetic. Next card out was Archangel Michael, which is a protector. And also the guardian, kind of over like that communication energy. So you're being guided on what to say, how to say it, when you need to say it, but also, again, your confidence is magnetic, and it's attracting to you the energies, the archangels, the ascended masters, in the spiritual team to bring you support, and also that unconditional trust that you can have, the unconditional love. That will guide you. I feel like the signs and synchronicities will be on 10 with the new powers unlocked. That could be your ability to be able to sense the guidance, the subtle guidance, and those subtle signs. They're going to become more loud for you to help guide you as you take a leap of faith and leave home. To get more information and look for a sign, I feel like that is about to be amplified for the collective at this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the read right there. I hope that helped in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I love you all, and until next time, peace.